Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
You want me to do the intro?
No.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast here on FanStream Sports, presented by OrionGolf.com. I am your host, the only host, and the best host of From the Rough, J. John E. Gerber, PGA professional. Over 20 years PGA professional. How was that? Was that good? How was that?
I think I might record that and just play that for every intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome into, as you just heard, our illustrious star of the show announce. This is From the Rough, sponsored by our good friends at OrionGolf.com. I'm IndyCarTim. This is a John E., whatever he called himself, Gerber, PGA professional, 20 years PGA professional, I believe was the quote. Free show today because Johnny is on drunk golf assignment, as he often is on Mondays, which means I get to take you home, as I often do on Mondays, depending on who you are. And you know who you are. We have a loaded Monday recap after a wild, weather-soaked, pressure-packed weekend in golf. We are officially out of tune-up season because we are in Masters Week mode. The Masters is here. Augusta is calling. But before we all start dreaming in green jackets and greenside roars, we got to talk about what happened in Texas and what went down at Augusta in the women's amateur, because both events gave us drama, some momentum, a little bit of heartbreak, and a whole lot to chew on. Heading into the biggest week of the spring, nay, I say, the biggest week of the golf year, in my opinion. We're going to start in San Antonio because J.J. Spaun, boys and girls, is your 2026 Texas Open Championship, and this one wasn't just some sleepy little final round jog to the finish line. This was a gut check win for J.J. This was a grinder's win. This was a kind of victory that makes people stop and say, okay, this guy's going to show up at Augusta with something real. With his final round, 5 under 67 in brutal conditions down there in San Antonio. We had just up here in the North Dallas area in Frisco, Little Elm, where I reside, and do this show from my home studio on Mondays. We had that storm roll through here about, 36 to 48 hours before. And it was brutal, and it got worse down there in the Texas Hill Country. That was some scenes that we had, some AWC, as Johnny would say, adverse weather conditions. But look, Spaun, that 5 under 67 in those conditions was impressive. He closed at 17 under. He absolutely steals the tournament late with 2 haymakers, a dart on 16 to set up a birdie, and then a bomb on the drivable 17th that led to an eagle. And, man, that's how you flip a leaderboard on Sunday. On a wet, nasty Sunday. That's how you slam pressure on the guys behind you and make them just come and take it. And to his credit, Robert MacIntyre tried. MacIntyre had been hanging on around the top of the leaderboard all week. He led entering the final round after finishing off the storm-delayed third round Sunday morning. He nearly answered Spaun's challenge. And I will tell you this, on Saturday, our good friend Johnny Gerber, John E. Gerber, PGA professional, 20-year PGA professional, in case you didn't hear the Open, made an appearance on Sports Grid, on that TV network, with Scott Wetzel and friends over there, and he said it. He called it going into this thing with that weather. He goes, Robert MacIntyre will not win this tournament, and he was in the lead at the time. And to his credit, Johnny was absolutely right, because Robert MacIntyre gave it his all and he could not answer J.J. Spaun. He came close. He drove 17. He drained the eagle putt. He got within one, and suddenly we had some full-blown chaos brewing. But on 18, from a soaked fairway, he hooked his approach. He couldn't recover. He left the birdie putt short, and that was it. That was the margin, one shot, and that's golf. Brutal, beautiful, and utterly unforgiving golf. And for Spaun, this is absolutely massive because it's not just another trophy. It's not massive because it's his third PGA Tour win. It's because this is a guy who had not finished inside the top 20 this season before this week. Think about that. 7 starts. Best finish? T24 at the Players. That doesn't exactly scream, hey, watch out for J.J. Spaun at Augusta. But now I think that conversation changes because confidence matters in this sport. Feelings matter. Timing matters. And suddenly J.J. Spaun rolls into Augusta, not searching and not guessing, not trying to talk himself into form. He is rolling in, holding on to a trophy. Now, is that going to make him a Masters favorite? No. Let's not lose our minds here. But momentum in golf is real. And Spaun just found his at exactly the right time. Also worth noting, I thought, as we get an appearance from the official puppy dog of FanStream Sports and From the Rough, Tolo. He's always got to get himself on camera. Also worth noting, I thought, Ludvig Aberg still just kind of lurking. Another top 10. Another reminder that his game travels. Another sign that when the lights get bright next week, Ludvig Aberg is going to be in a lot of people's minds for a reason. So that was the Texas Open. Mud, grit, nerves, late swings, and a champion who may have just changed the tone of this entire spring. Now let's head to Augusta, because the Augusta National Women's Amateur, it's also one of my favorite tournaments of the year. I absolutely love the format. I absolutely love the talent level that's there, and it is always exciting. It is always exciting, and this place creates stars, creates future stars. And you get a little peek into the future of women's golf at this tournament. Because for the amateurs, I don't know that there's a more pressure-packed tournament. You can tell me about all the opens you want. This is Augusta on Sunday. And I don't know for those that don't ever get to play there on the the LPGA Tour or as a women's amateur, this has got to be just gut-wrenching. It's got to be nerve-wracking. And I think it's huge when these girls win this thing. And I absolutely love this tournament. And it was one of the most dramatic final rounds you will see at any tournament at any time, anywhere, in my opinion. Maria Jose Marin wins and does it in style, shooting a 468 on Sunday there at Augusta National to finish at 14 under, which is a new tournament scoring record. And let me tell you something else about this. This wasn't just a clean little cruise on a Sunday or on a Saturday stroll. I forgot. Obviously on Saturdays when they finish things up there, not Sunday. But this thing turned into a pressure, nerve, patience, and one devastating collapse in Amen Corner. Marin was superb. She was calm, sharp, opportunistic, champion-level composed, I thought. Maria Jose Marin just absolutely went and took this thing. On the other side of it, because anytime you have somebody that makes a charge and steals a tournament, well, you have the other side of that coin. You have the one that collapsed, choked, in some cases, and lost the tournament. And in this situation, Asterisk Talley, the very, very talented Asterisk Talley. And maybe crazily named Asterisk Talley. Now, it's my understanding, and I love names like this, because apparently her name means little star, and in Greek. And her mother is Greek and named her Asterisk, which means little star. And that's very appropriate, I thought, for this thing. But that star was dimming just a little bit on Saturday. She looked untouchable for 2.5 rounds. She had been the story. No bogeys through the first 45 holes. Total control. Looked like the next big star standing right there on the doorstep. And then Saturday at Augusta National happened. And that's the thing about Augusta National. It doesn't care how good you've been for 2 days. It doesn't care how clean your card has been for 2 days. It doesn't care how bright your future is supposed to be. The second 9 starts asking questions, and if your game or your nerves blink even for a second, it can go sideways in a hurry. And that's what happened with Asterisk. She made her first bogey of the week on 11. And, you know, a short memory in golf is the best thing, one of the best things for you. And she could not forget 11, because then came 12. And that was an absolute crusher. Marin was in the group ahead of her. She made a huge par save after catching a break and staying out of the water. Asterisk Talley, however, sailed long, wound up in the bunker, and then watched everything absolutely unravel after that. One bunker shot into Rays Creek. Then another mistake on the drop. Then another ball in the water. The result, a quadruple bogey 7. And just like that, the Augusta National Women's Amateur had slipped away. And you're sitting there wondering, how on earth did this happen to me? And full credit to Marin, because when the door opened, she did not hesitate. She walked right through it. Birdie at 13, controlled the chaos, took the lead. Then after a little wobble with a bogey at 15, she answered like a champion with a birdie at 16 to put the tournament away. That is grown-up golf on one of the most pressure-packed stages in amateur golf and professional golf. Marin looked every bit like the future star that she appears she will be. And honestly, if you don't know her name before this weekend, you know her name now. As for Talley, it's heartbreaking. 2 straight years of Augusta pain, and that one's going to sting for a while. But let's be real, she's 17. 17. And if Kip Winger has anything to say about it, she'll learn from this. And if you get that reference, I love you. But like most players do, I think Talley will move on. She'll be back, of course, and she will be dangerous again. It just was not her week, and it absolutely is heartbreaking. Because there's another lesson that Augusta teaches, and it is that heartbreak doesn't have to be the end of the story. Sometimes it's the start of the story. So from all of this, what do we take into Masters Week? We've got Spaun peaking at the right time. We've got Aberg staying hot. We've got Augusta once again reminding everybody that nerve management matters just as much as ball striking. And we've got another young women's champion in Marin who just showed exactly what poise looks like under pressure. And that's why this game is the best. It gives you violence without contact. It gives you pressure without noise. And on the biggest stages, it's easy for me to say, it exposes absolutely everything, and that's what I love about this game. So, all right, that's going to do it. It's a short, straight to the point recap for the week. Congratulations to J.J. Spaun. Congratulations to Maria Jose Marin. But as I said at the beginning of the show, it is Masters Week, and it is glorious. We are going to be back on Wednesday at the regular time, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, with our normal cast of characters that we have coming on with us every year when we preview Augusta and preview the Masters. We may do an extended show. I'm not absolutely sure yet. I haven't talked to Johnny about guests. I know we were talking about getting the general manager up at Shoal Creek and one of the GMs with Orion Golf to come on and talk about the Masters a little bit up there from Kansas City. We've had just a litany of other guests usually to help us preview the Masters, so we will see who we can get. I don't have anything concrete now because, as I mentioned, Johnny's on drunk golf assignment and he sets all that up. But do make sure you follow us on social media at IndyCarTim, at Jay Gerber PGA Pro, or at From the Rough PGA, and we will make sure to keep you informed and do all that we can to bring you just the absolute best and absolute most entertaining Masters preview on Wednesday. All at fanstreamsports.com. Head over to the website, fanstreamsports.com. Make sure you like and subscribe, all the stuff that you do either on the YouTube video or wherever you get your podcasts. From the Rough, obviously, always available 24/7 on demand at fanstreamsports.com. Dallas, we appreciate you guys very much. I'm IndyCarTim, and until Wednesday, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.